Today I'm going to show you 7 most incredible traps you can set in the Queen's Gambit as white or black, and these traps are going to blow your mind. As believe me, if your opponent hasn't seen this trap before, they are definitely falling for it. And we are going to be going from the most popular to the rarest of them all. This trap begins after the Queen's Gambit accepted, as you sacrifice one pawn and try to win it back. If your opponent decides to hold on to it, you can simply attack the pawn, and when he defends it, you capture the pawn. The moment he captures, he thinks that everything is okay, but you can sneakily move your queen to f3 and attack the rook. Most positions, to minimize damage, your opponent will play knight to c6, which you can capture with a check. He develops his bishop, and you have successfully tricked them into trading a pawn for their knight. This next trap is the pure definition of being sneaky. White begins with the standard Queen's Gambit, and the moment you accept it, you develop your knight. And if your opponent decides to attack in the center, you can simply defend it by playing pawn to e3. The moment he captures, you capture his pawn with your bishop. Most often, the natural move here is to capture back the pawn, and this is where your opponent has screwed up. You can see that you can sacrifice your bishop, deflect the king from the defense of the queen. The moment the king captures, the queen is all yours. If you are watching this far into the video, please like, share and subscribe. The mistake most chess players make is they think a successful trap is making your opponent down a full piece. A successful trap can still mean squeezing the life out of your opponent, like in this case. It's no doubt that white has more development than black, and white keeps up the pace. Now, white is a sneaky move here. Common move is to block with your bishop, also attacking your queen. The moment black does that, please drop back, hitting the pawn on b7, forming a battery with your bishop and your queen to attack the pawn on f7, and you can also jump in with your knight to e5, and life is just good for white. This particular puzzle, I have fallen for it a couple of times, and believe me, it was not funny at all, and I had to go back and learn it. You often see this puzzle at the higher level, so it's important to take note of it, because you will get there someday. I believe in you. It looks like development is going as planned until black decides to go out for the bishop, and this is where you sacrifice your knight. If he captures, you can simply capture back, and you are just a pawn up, which obviously black will not want. So black goes ahead and captures the knight. You trap the queen, and this queen is roast. Believe me, there's no possible way of saving this queen. Now this particular puzzle is going to be advanced, because it has to do with the sacrifice of a pawn. Black tries to break the center early in the game, white develops the knight, and black makes this blunder. What do you do in this position? You play knight to e5, giving up your queen, and believe me, he can't take this queen, because the moment he takes, boom, checkmate. He cannot just retreat back, because it's still the same checkmate, so he has to retreat to e6. The moment he does that, he gives a check, knowing that he cannot come back with his bishop to d7 as a stalemate. So therefore he has to block with his knight. The moment he does that, you capture the pawn, and he captures back, and you castle, and this is good for white. You are not clearly up material, but your position is nice, your pieces are active, and you are dictating how the game goes. What more can a chess player ask for? Some traps that your opponent can fall for in the Queen's Gambit as white. Now let's go for black. White offers a Queen's Gambit, you decline it obviously, and develop your pieces. At this particular moment, develops his bishop, pinning your knight to your queen. Simply ignore it and play knight to d7. Your opponent might see, oh, this is actually a free queen, because I will take and he cannot take. Yeah, but then don't be deceived, because you can actually take. And yeah, this is a sacrifice of a queen, but the moment he takes, you give him a check, and he's forced to sacrifice his own queen, as the king doesn't have any square to go to, and you capture black's bishop. And all in all, regardless of the threats, black is definitely winning this game. Now this particular trap starts after the Queen's Gambit accepted. You push your pawn to e3, making an attempt to win back your pawn. He defends it obviously. You push your pawn one square forward, and this time he doesn't play this move, but he plays this move. The moment to capture it, he cannot definitely capture back because then he loses his rook. And if he chooses not to capture back, he can simply win a second pawn, and you are 2 pawns up for a sacrifice of 1 pawn. How cool is that? Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. See you in my next video.